If you're planning to start using Flash, you're probably wondering, hey, what Flash should I get? Especially, what Flash should I get without breaking the bank? Let's figure that out today in the studio. Hello there, my name is Alex Silva. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing to keep learning about photography in general and flash photography in particular. Talking about flashes, you're probably starting your flash photography journey and looking for a flash. There are so many options out there that I decided to do some research for you and came up with two lists of flashes. The first list is in this video, and it's made of flashes that comply with the following criteria. They are priced under $500. They have integrated radio receivers with transceivers being a plus. They tilt 90 degrees and swivel 180 degrees at least. The most important is that you can make a light system going forward. This list is separated into three categories based on power or guide number. Then I separated between TTL and manual and then sorted by price. So here we go. Let's start with the most powerful flashes. There is only one flash in this category, which is the Westcott FJ80. It's a very cool flash with a single unit being compatible with Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm and Micro Four Thirds camera. You only need to mount it on your camera and select what camera system you're using in the flashes menu. Another great feature of the FJ80 is that it's compatible with Canon's radio transmission system. So you can mix the FJ80 with Canon's radio-enabled speedlights. Of course, the corresponding transmitter from Westcott, the FJ-X2M, is also compatible with all the major brands. The FJ80 sells for around $330, while the FJ-X2M transmitter sells for around $100. With guide numbers of around 58 or 60 meters, this is the most popular category. As such, these flashes are usually packed with features, offering great functionality. I need to separate this category into two groups, TTL and manual flashes. Let's go with TTL. First in the list is the Nissin i60A Air, which offers a guide number of 60 meters in a compact form while powered by AA batteries. The flash itself can be used in TTL, and there are versions for Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds and Pentax cameras. Nissin has its own radio transmission system, and you can choose from two transmitters, the Air 10S Commander, which has versions for Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds and Pentax, or the Air 1 Commander, which has almost the same versions except for Fujifilm. The Nissin i60A Air usually sells for around $300, while the Air 10A Commander sells for $130 and the Air 1 Commander for $80. Next is the Phottix Mitros Plus, which is a very interesting flash. It has manual, TTL and multi-modes like any other flash in this list, and at first glance you realize it's only compatible with Canon when mounted on camera. However, in radio receiver mode, it's compatible with any version of the Phottix Odin 2 transmitter. The transmitter does have versions for Canon, Sony, Nikon and Pentax cameras. The Mitros Plus usually sells for about $260, while the Odin 2 transmitter goes for about $180. The next flash in the list is the Godox V1, which you can recognize by the round head. It has the expected features in this list, and it's powered by a proprietary lithium-ion battery, giving you shorter recycle times and more flashes per charge. It's available for Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds, and Pentax cameras. As with other Godox hot shoe flashes, it has an integrated radio transceiver, compatible with Godox X radio transmission system. This means you can fire other flashes with the V1, or you can fire the V1 with many Godox transmitters like the X1T, X2T, or X Pro. The Godox V1 sells for around $260, while the X1T transmitter sells for about $46, the X2T for $60, and the X Pro for about $70. Of course, all transmitters have versions for Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds, and Pentax cameras. The Phottix Juno TTL is the next flash on our list. It's a slightly more powerful version than the Mitros Plus, with all the rest of the features. As the Mitros Plus, the Juno is only compatible with Canon when used on camera, but it's compatible with all versions of the Odin 2 transmitter when in radio receiver mode. The Phottix Juno TTL usually goes for about $190. The Godox V860 Mark II and TT685 are our next flashes on the list. They both include a radio transceiver, like many other Godox flashes. They both have the same power, modes, and the rectangular head. So what's different? Well, the TT685 is powered by AA batteries, while the V860 Mark II is powered by a proprietary lithium-ion battery. This means the V860 Mark II will recycle faster and fire more flashes per charge. Of course, your experience may be slightly different. Both flashes can be found in versions for Canon, Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, Micro Four Thirds, and Pentax cameras. The Godox V860 Mark II goes for about $180, while the TT685 goes for about $100. Let's talk about the manual flashes. All flashes in this group are pretty much universal because they only need a simple firing signal, and most cameras have a single central pin to send this kind of signal. The first flash in the list is the Phottix Juno Li60 manual, which, as the name implies, is powered by a lithium-ion battery. You can fire this flash remotely by using an Odin 2 transmitter on your camera. The Phottix Juno Li60 usually sells for about $200. The next flash is part of a pretty interesting system. Not only is the Cactus RF60X universal because it's manual, but the Cactus V6 transmitter is also universal, but because the same transmitter model can work in TTL mode with Canon, Nikon, Pentax, and Micro Four Thirds cameras. The Cactus RF60X usually sells for about $185, while the Cactus V6 Universal Transceiver sells for $75, while the Cactus V6 Transceiver for Sony sells for $95. Our next entry in the list is the Godox V850 Mark II, which is powered by a proprietary lithium-ion battery. As with other Godox flashes, it has a built-in radio transceiver compatible with other Godox transmitters. It sells for around $140. Phottix has another entry in this list, which is the Juno manual flash. It has the same features as the Li60, but it's powered by AA batteries and it's compatible with the Odin 2 radio transmitters. The Phottix Juno manual usually sells for around $100. Last but not least is the Godox TT600, which is a great flash with the usual set of features. It's compatible with Godox radio transmitters and it's powered by AA batteries. It usually goes for around $60. When you only need just a touch of light, a flash with a guide number of 35 meters may be just what you're looking for. If that is your case, I have two flashes for you. First, the Godox V350 is full of features like the larger, more powerful flashes, but in a smaller package and of course with less power. It's compatible with the Godox transmitters and it's powered by a proprietary lithium-ion battery. It goes for about $160. Next is the Godox TT350, which is the same flash as the V350, except it's powered by AA batteries, and it sells for about $70. And there you have it, TTL and manual flashes with integrated radio receivers, all for under $500. I really hope you found this video interesting, informative, but also entertaining. If that is the case, please press the like button. You can also subscribe to the channel and share this video with your friends. But most of all, please remember to stay safe, keep learning, and keep creating. And I'll see you in the next video.